Hello everyone, this is Tamela and I want to welcome you back again to another exciting episode of Designing with Tamela Bowie Interiors. And I am so excited today because I have in studio with me a fellow designer, Nakeya Fincher, owner and principal designer of Divine Elements of Design. Welcome, Nakia.
Thank you, Tamela. I am so excited about everything we're going to discuss today. I'm just ready to jump in and have fun.
Yes, we are going to have fun because we have 3 segments full of fun, exciting, inspirational information that you'll be able to use to design or decorate your home. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into segment 1. Okay guys, so in our first segment, we're going to pay homage to Black History Month because we're in the last week of Black History, and so we're going to share with you how to add an ethnic vibe or an African vibe to your living room space. So now, if you see me and Nakia glancing down, that's because, once again, we have our little cheat sheets on board because we want to make sure that we give you all this great information and tips that we have in store for you guys. So now, you're probably wondering, well, how do I add an ethnic or African vibe to a living room space? And when I think about that, well, matter of fact, I'm working with a client and he wants me to add an ethnic or African vibe to his space. So when I'm given that task as an interior designer, I immediately start to think about colors. You know, the ethnic African inspirational colors are those beautiful reds and burnt oranges and yellows and purples, colors that you would normally attribute to royalty, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So another thing that I would immediately think about incorporating, and that is natural textiles, such as your jutes and your woods and your leather and your rattan. Some of those feel-good fabrics and textiles that make you want to touch them. A third thing I would incorporate or think about doing is infusing bold patterns into the space. We all see those bold patterns on those dashikis, right? And I saw a lot of that this weekend at the premiere of the Black Panther movie.
Oh,
did you?
That's wonderful.
Were you ever a chance to go check that out?
Yes, I did.
I know. So if you haven't, I know we probably veered off real quickly, but if you haven't had the chance to go see the movie Black Panther, please go see it. But those are some of the 3 elements that immediately would come to my mind when a client would ask me to infuse an ethnic or an African vibe into their space. Now, Nakia, you being a phenomenal interior designer, I'm sure you've probably gotten those requests as well. So what are some of the things that you would do or would come to your mind to create or infuse an ethnic or African vibe into a space for a client?
When you mention those colors, the burnt oranges and the reds and yellows, you know, when I think of those colors, it makes me think of like a nice sunset and African safari. So what I always tell my clients is they don't have to go big or go home when it comes to their decor. They can bring the elements in with their pillows, and they can use, you know, nice, bold, beautiful colors and fabrics with their pillows. And it's, you know, one of the things that when you walk into the living room and you see their nice sofa and their pillow, the patterns on the pillows will just really pop. So I always tell people, you know, do not be afraid to go big with your pillows because you can always change them out periodically.
That's right. You can.
And also, you know, the patterns, the bold colors, just be creative. And I also tell my clients to be creative with your accent pieces. You know, have your sculptures, you can have your figurines, you know, different things. You have the, you know, the women in their African attire. They may be holding the vase on their head, or you can see the different figurines where you have like the man and the woman facing each other, maybe royalty. So things like that can really bring in that African heritage into your home decor. And I also tell people, be creative with your coffee table. You know, that is a conversation piece. You know, I love beautiful trays and bringing in all those different elements. You can decorate it with books, you can decorate it with candles, you can decorate it with florals and different, you know, textiles. So I always tell people, you know, be creative with those things and don't feel like you have to put everything out. You can rotate them. You know, every weekend you can add different pieces and then remove different pieces. So it's almost like you have a new home.
That's right. You can create a whole new look just by changing out your decor and your coffee table. Now, to piggyback off of the idea of coffee table books is one thing that I always tell my clients, and I even follow this rule myself. If you're going to put coffee table books out onto your coffee table, at least pick up the book and read it or glance through it.
Yeah.
So at least that way, if you have company over and they ask you, hey, so what is this book about? At least you'll be able to say, oh, well, it's about this or something like that. Or just be truthful and say, I purchased the book because of the nice pictures in it. But at least on my coffee table, I have books that I've either glanced through or actually read. So that's just my little tip for coffee table decor when it comes to coffee table books.
Right. And that's an excellent tip, because you'll be surprised how many of your guests will actually sit down and open up the book.
And that's the one question you don't want to be asked, and you're looking there like, okay. Well, I like all those ideas, you know, that you came up with. And you know what, just to add to it, because we know a space is not fully finished unless you brought in your rugs and your window panels and also some functional seating. So I'm going to talk a little bit about bringing in those elements with the ethnic or African vibe. So with the window panels, you don't have to go and get a leopard print window panel. If you look at this particular window panel, we did a bold geometric pattern. And if you notice, it's blue, black, and white. And yes, of course, blue is still trending. So you can bring in that African vibe just through the window panels themselves. Now, if you want more of a subtle pattern, you can go with this particular window panel, and the pattern on this is more subtle. They call this pattern a Nairobi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But if you notice, this pattern is a little bit more subtle, so that will work if you're really not wanting such a bold pattern on your window panels. Now, another thing that you can incorporate, and that's with the rugs. And we all know that rugs are very crucial to any design space, because rugs, they help to ground the space, and it also helps to create a conversational area within a living room space. Now, once again, you don't have to jump into the animal print rug with the leopard print or the zebra print. I love jute. I mean, I love the way jute actually feels on my feet. I know some people are probably like, that's scratchy, but it feels good. But jute, I mean, it's just that natural textile that I was talking about. So instead of having, like, you know, the normal animal shaped rug, you can actually incorporate a jute rug, and it will really look great in the space. Another thing that will work, again, a bold geometric pattern, just as you see in this particular rug. It's black and white. That will look great in an ethnic or African inspired living room space. And what would a space be, or an ethnic or African vibe space, without a colorful rug? And I found this rug at World Plus. Is it Cost Market? What's that place called?
World Market?
World Market, yes. I found this rug at World Market, and look at the colors in this rug. I mean, this is a beautiful rug, not to mention the bold pattern that's in this rug as well. Yeah. So those are some options that you can have when you're needing to incorporate a rug into a space to bring in that ethnic or that African vibe. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, and that is seating. And we know seating is crucial in any space, but look at this particular chair. I love this chair. This is an African mud cloth. This chair screams ethnic African vibe. And also, again, ottomans. You can never go wrong by providing extra seating in your space with ottomans. And I love this ottoman because it's made out of wood. But look at that African tribal print that's on this ottoman. And last but not least, also benches. And I found these benches at, again, World Market. And look at the patterns that's on both of these benches. So this is another way that you can incorporate extra seating in your space, but also bring in the ethnic and African vibe. So I think we basically, decorated a whole space in the ethnic African vibe. What do you think?
I think so too. These are some very great tips.
Exactly. And a lot of these items can be purchased from Amazon, or like I said, you can go right to World Market and pick up some of those items as well. So hopefully we have provided you with some great tips on how you can infuse an ethnic or African vibe into your home. So now we're going to jump right into segment 2. And in segment 2, we're going to talk about some of our favorite Black celebrity interior designers, because once again, it's February Black History Month, so we're going to pay homage, or we're going to recognize some of our favorite Black celebrity interior designers in segment 2. So let's jump right over into segment 2. Okay, so now in segment 2, Nakia and I, we're going to share with you guys one of our favorite Black celebrity interior designers, because like I said again in our first segment, we are in Black History Month, which is February, and so we're wanting to recognize some celebrity interior designers within our own industry as being interior designers. So now, Nakia, why don't you share with our subscribers one of your favorite Black celebrity interior designers?
Well, I was recently introduced to or made aware of Robin Wilson Home. Now, Robin Wilson, she is a Texas interior designer. She's from Texas, a girl after my own heart, yes.
Yes, Texas rules. Too bad if you don't live in Texas, sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, she's been an interior designer since 2000. And one thing I found interesting about her, she has her own product line, and she specializes for asthma and people that suffer from allergies. So I think that's really great. So she's very, with her interior design aesthetic, it's very clean. So she does clean and green interior design. Now, what's interesting about Robin is she incorporates green and clean designs with her interior design. She's actually an ambassador for the Asthma and Allergy Association of America. So I found that very interesting. There's 1 out of every 5 Americans, or people period, suffer from either allergies or asthma.
I'm one of them.
And I'm one of them too. In fact, my entire home is the 5. But one thing that I found interesting about her is she has her own product line. So I found that very fascinating. She has pillows, she has towels, bedding, and even custom cabinetry.
Oh, okay.
So I found it very interesting. Her products can be found at Amazon or even Bed Bath & Beyond. She's been in business since 2000, and you may have even seen her in magazines such as HGTV, Essence, In Style, Better Homes and Garden, Elle Decor, and the list goes on and on and on. She has a book titled Clean Home, and it has tons of tips and treats and everything to live a clean home and using that in your home's decor.
Wow, she sounds like someone that I need to meet and also check out her products as well. Well, let me share with you one of my favorite Black celebrity interior designers. And I'm not as good as Nakia. I didn't have mine memorized like she did, so I'm going to read from my cheat sheet. So mine, her name is Elle Gibson, and I took this information straight from her website, so you can go check that out. And I'll be sure to list it in the description box below, along with Robin's as well. But Elle Gibson, she is the owner of Elle Gibson Designs, created globally inspired fabrics, wallpaper, and decorative accessories that have an artisan feel and hand to them. Now, also, Elle Gibson, she is an Atlanta, Georgia based textile and interior designer. Her love for culture, art, and nature, it shines through in the beauty of her joyfully colored and also handcrafted eclectic designs. Now, she also implements a variety of techniques from painting. She actually hand paints some of her fabrics, and printmaking, and also photography to create her expressive and original fabric and wallpaper patterns. And so, since wallpaper is trending big time in 2018, that's why Elle is one of my favorite designers, because moving forward, I plan on, or if a client asks me, my intentions are to at least add some sort of wallpaper look to a space on a design project that I'm working on. And so I will be utilizing wallpaper from Elle Gibson Design, and I encourage you to do the same thing as well. So we have shared with you guys two of one of our favorite Black celebrity interior designers, and yes, be on the lookout, because pretty soon Nakia and I, someone's going to be talking about us as well.
That's right.
That's right. So, but anyway, so hopefully, once again, like I said, you visit these two Black interior designers. We will have their website information listed in our description box below. So now, in our last segment number 3, I'm going to get you guys a little bit more familiar with Nakia. She is a phenomenal interior designer, but she also does everything else as well that can be used in your home as well as in your life. So in segment 3, we're going to highlight Nakeya Fincher, owner and principal designer of Divine Elements of Design. Okay, so now we're at segment 3, which is our last segment, and I want to introduce you to my co-host, Nakeya Fincher, owner and principal designer of Divine Elements of Design. So now, Nakeya, this segment is all about you. It's all about highlighting you. Nakeya is a phenomenal interior designer, so I'm going to let her brag on herself. So I'm going to ask her a couple of questions so you guys can get to know Nakeya better. So Nakeya, tell us something about yourself and your design business.
Okay, well, I have owned Divine Elements of Design for about 11 years, and with my design business, we specialize in helping people create beautifully organized and decorated homes. So in addition to interior design, we also help with life planning and organizational skills. I am also a planner girl at heart, so if you're a planner person, you know, I am the person to get in contact with. I love all things organized and planned. In order to have a beautiful home, you definitely need to get rid of clutter and try to have things organized and have strategies.
And she's good at what she does, believe me. I've seen her work. So now, what would you say is your design aesthetic?
My personal design aesthetic is transitional. It has a traditional feel, but it's a little more modern and updated and contemporary. So that's my style.
Now, outside of being an interior designer, what other services do you provide for your clients? Now, you briefly talked about some planning and organization. Go a little bit more in depth about it.
So with Divine Elements of Design, you know, we specialize in helping you organize your home. So we offer home organization. I can come to your home, or one of my organizers will come to your home and help you organize things such as your closets, your kitchens, baths, or just even different things with space planning and fully utilizing the space you have. In addition to organizing your home, we help organize your life. So we do these things with our planning and productivity tips, give you different ideas for strategies, how to fully utilize 24 hours in a day. Now my day has, I have the same 24 hours as Tamela and Beyonce and everyone else. We all have the same 24 hours. It's how we utilize
That's
them.
right. Yeah, that's right. I like that. I like that a lot. And so now, I'm sure you guys enjoyed Nakeya co-hosting with me, because I know I did. And so if you want to follow Nakeya and stay in tune or stay on top of what she's sharing as far as design and decorating, planning, organization, I'm going to have Nakeya share with you all of her social media and how you can follow her, and also how you can take advantage of some of her great e-programs that she offers through her website blog.
Thank you. You can follow me at Divine Elements of Design basically everywhere. The website is divineelementsofdesign.net, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all those things. Now for my home organization and life planning and strategies and basically your files, all of those things, you can follow me at Decorator's Voice. That's my blog that has all the tips and tricks of the trade. Now I do offer a free 5-day course. It's called 5 Days to an Organized Life and Home. And for each day you will receive sort of like homework or an assignment. It's very fun, it's very easy, but it gives you these tips and tricks to how to organize your life. So for that you can register at decoratorsvoice.com/5-day free 5-day course. Or you can just go to the website and click on the workshops.
Okay guys, so if you are not able to get all that information, don't worry, because I'm going to list Nakeya's social media accounts as well as her website blog in my description box below. So Nakeya, thank you once again for coming on and co-hosting with me. I thoroughly enjoyed you here with us, and Nakeya and I, we also belong to several organizations here in Texas, so I actually do know her, and I actually do work in conjunction with her as well. So once again guys, if you really like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, you want to get more tips on design and decorating, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. As Nakeya said, she does have a YouTube channel, so go over there and check her out, Divine Elements of Design. And so, in closing, thanks for watching Designing with Tamela Bowie Interiors, designing for how you really live in your home. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.